You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion, delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots, the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money, I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. 1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Oh, wait. We got, I need that screeching the record. We got to start over. Today's National Start Over Day. I am just joking. National Start Over Day. I don't know what we're starting over, but it's National Start Over Day. And I don't know. I guess this is a family show, so Josh said we can't celebrate National Moonshine Day. We're not going to do that one. Gingerbread Day. I didn't even know that there was gingerbread. I guess I know gingerbread houses, but I'm not sure. Isn't Gingerbread Day something that you would do around the holidays, like the Christmas time? I don't know. I like banana bread. I'll just be honest with you. Love banana bread, but gingerbread, I don't know about that one. Today is National Veggie Burger Day.
It is what it is.
Again, veggie burgers. If I'm going to have a burger, I am having a burger, not veggie burger. Now, I guess I shouldn't say too much because since the gout got me, turkey has to replace most types of beef. Unless I'm going to Hickory and Spice and getting brisket or beef ribs or pastrami. My mouth's watering. Hey, also today, National Ketchup Day. National Ketchup Day. My daughter-in-law, my grandson, they love ketchup. You're a ketchup eater? Yeah, I like ketchup. Sometimes, it's got to be on the right things. Question of the day. I think I put this in here. Hunt's or Heinz? Is it cat soup or ketchup? So I'm going with Heinz ketchup. And I don't even know what's on their bottle. Heinz ketchup for me. Here's the other one. And again, I didn't realize this. I learned something new this morning, like I do a lot of days. Ketchup does not need to be refrigerated. They put on the bottle to refrigerate it. Think that might be for legal reasons? It wouldn't surprise me. Nothing surprises me when it comes to the laws in the U.S. anymore. But just throw that. What's your favorite, ketchup or catsup? Guys, I guess if I put it that way, it's pretty obvious, right? Ketchup or catsup? Heinz or Hunt's? Hunt's always seems like it's watery to me. Heinz, and then you got Heinz, right? That's John Kerry's wife's company. Don't know if we want to go there either. But put it in the chat if you're watching us on a replay. Put it on the chat on the replay. If you're listening to us on ABC News and Talk, AM 1490, FM 98.1, yell at the radio. We'll hear you. Put it in there. Let's see what the markets are doing today. Dow Jones Industrial Average, finally, it's up a little bit today. Because it's being dragged up, as they might say. It's up 29.5. The S&P 500 is up 36. The NASDAQ up 223. Oil, 34 cents a barrel. It's up. 10-year Treasury, That one there is down 4.296 right now. That's good news if you're thinking about buying a house, mortgage rates. Gasoline prices in the form of the Golden State. Whoa, we're down at $5 a gallon right now. Still the highest in the country. Not even close is in the highest of the top 10. Number 10 comes in at $3.69.5. $3.69.5 is number 10. While we're sitting here at $5.02 a gallon. Just gets you ill. Speaking about getting ill, why do we want to talk about getting ill? But, we are in the formerly Golden State. So if you want to really get ill, there is a bill going through the California legislature, and you can't make this stuff up. Democrats putting through this bill that they wanted to hire or mandating, not just want to, mandating illegal immigrants be hired for taxpayer-funded state jobs. Illegals get the jobs. They're mandated that they get the jobs. Now, got our veterans. If they want a job, I guess it doesn't count. Anybody else wants a job, it doesn't count. The illegals are going to get the jobs. So think about that one when you're getting ready to go and vote next. Also going and thinking about going to vote next, and we're going to talk about this one a little bit more. Harvard, if you believe anything they say. So a new Harvard study about Gen Z and housing. I just saw the report this morning, and they're saying that ironically enough, now this one here, it's going to be a toughie because Gen Z is saying, according to Harvard, that this is the most important issue in the coming election or in their world right now is housing affordability. Now, the problem here is, as usual, the administration doesn't care, doesn't follow what people want. What is Harvard saying? Housing is more important than abortion, immigration, the economy, foreign wars, any of these things that are going on. Housing affordability is their biggest issue. Fascinating, isn't it? Think about that one. Now, another one. Think about this. I do get political sometimes, but if you want to take a look at a non-scientific poll for people's preferences right now, if you so desire, you could go to TikTok, or I'll tell you about it. So if you go to TikTok right now, Josh, you on TikTok? You a TikToker, Josh? Okay, Josh is there. So I don't know if you've looked at this, Josh. President Biden's account has 369,000 followers, is what I've been led to believe. Been on there for a year now. Lots and lots of posts. Former President Trump has been on there. I hear it for a week and has like 5.5 million followers on TikTok. Now, if I'm just a guess, Josh, you might know this better than me. Is the demographic of TikTok my age or your age? I'm guessing it's probably closer to your age. Just a guess. So think about that part of it. Sleepy Joe. Yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Ingram. So TikTok, I think, is geared more for younger people. If you can go by TikTok, 5.5 million versus 369,000. I think that the younger people might be more interested in what Trump has to say than Biden has to say. I'm not sure, but we'll talk about it. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, and if you miss any part of our broadcast. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Confused about the home buying process? Or curious how much you really know about buying a home? Take the First Home IQ quiz to test your understanding of buying a home. Created by the nonprofit First Home IQ, this 5-minute quiz will give you a score, what you missed, and why. Take the quiz in 5 minutes at rsrlinks.com/FHIQ and find out what you need to know about buying your first home. That's rsrlinks.com/FHIQ.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need to trust some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. I agree with you, Joe. I identify as a younger person also, not just on TikTok. For everywhere. But every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry. Calculated across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. They don't tell us points paid, points received, or APR. They tell us the number you need to put into your mortgage calculator. And if you don't have one, ronismylender.com. Ronismylender.com. You can get our mobile app totally free. And yes, there is a mortgage calculator on there. What did rates do yesterday? Let's take a look at them. We've got the 30-year conforming down 6.926. 30-year jumbo, that was up just a little bit. Let me pull up Josh's screen because I can see that one. 7.163. FHA, 6.681. That was down. The VA loan, best loan on the market, 6.386. That was down. USDA loans, rural areas. That was down 6.801. Interesting data right there. We like it when the rates are going down. They'll probably go down a little bit more today as we've been watching the market, and I will tell you what I'm seeing, what's going on. But let's take a look at what's going on today. The S&P 500 is up 36.5 points right now. 10-year Treasury down 3 basis points at 4.29. Mortgage-backed securities. So that was the yield. That 4.29 is the yield on the 10-year Treasury. The mortgage-backed security is the bond. That's down 17 basis points. It's been going down a lot lately. That one is moving nicely in our favor. Let's take a look and see why. What's driving all this? Because all those numbers, you can find those on the super secret website, google.com. What are we seeing right now? ADP jobs report came out today. It's like the Rodney Dangerfield of jobs reports. Does not get any respect. The May ADP report showed that there were only 152,000 jobs created during the month, which was weaker than estimates of 175,000. Additionally, April was revised lower from 192,000 to 188,000. ADP's Nella Richardson said, quote, job gains and pay growth are slowing going into the second half of the year, unquote. All the hiring took place at businesses with 50 or more employees as small businesses lost 10,000 jobs. Something to keep in mind for the BLS report that comes out on Friday. BLS guesses at the data. I'm sorry, they impute the data via their birth-death model for small businesses and has been coming in much hotter than ADP's actual small business data. ADP has real numbers. BLS models the numbers. They kind of try and guess what they are. This could be a negative, meaning we could see some stronger job growth in the BLS report. Goods sector only added 3,000 jobs, led by construction, which added 32,000 jobs. Manufacturing and natural resources mining were down 29,000 jobs. The service sector added 149,000 jobs, led by trade, transportation, utilities, and education and health services. Previous leader, leisure and hospitality, only added 12,000 jobs and may continue to slow based on job openings in the space falling. Also, ADP also reported that annual pay for job stayers increased at 5%, unchanged from the previous reading. Job changers saw an average increase of 7.8%, which is a big decline from 9.3% in April. Got the mortgage applications. Those came out. We don't care. We've got the big BLS report, though. That's the one that comes out on Friday. It moves the market. Now, I will share with you that in most instances, the data is wrong. But the bottom line is it's what the market looks at. And even though the data is wrong and we know it's wrong because they revise it every month, the issue is that, that's what the market's looking at. That is the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. So I did do another model yesterday, and no, not that kind of a model. We do scenarios all the time on looking for people that are contemplating what do the numbers say for them, as they look down the road. Now, there are several people that are potentially looking at some new data this year. What do I mean by new data? So 2017, there were people that were still looking at the 7-1 adjustable rate mortgages. And I like adjustable rate mortgages because we know that the market is cyclical. Now, there are certain times when they don't make sense because there's no spread between a 7-1 arm and So what is a 7-1 arm? I guess we should start there. It's an adjustable rate mortgage. It's a 30-year loan that the first 7 years the loan is fixed at whatever the starting number is. There are times when that number is lower than what the fixed rate loans are, most of the time, but in certain markets, certain cycles of the market, we do find that sometimes they're basically the same. So there's no reason to take an adjustable rate loan if you can get a fixed rate loan for the same pricing. I digress. Right now, if you got a 7-year adjustable back in 2017, you're looking at sometime in the not too distant future that you're going to be having that start adjusting. That adjustment will probably be double your mortgage rate, your interest rate. So it's going to double your payment. Now, think about this concept. I looked at one yesterday for a family, and they're currently sitting on a 3.25% interest rate. 3.25. They've got 23.3 years left on their mortgage. And let's see the Home Select loan from Geneva. They could same money, no changing in payments. Actually, the payments will probably go down. We'll look at that in a minute. But they have that paid off in 6.6 years potentially. Let's see. They can add $1,157,000 to their investments over time, assuming just a 5% rate of return. We know the rates of return are generally significantly higher. Now, think about this other part of it. 3.25% is their number is right now. On the Home Select, that I ran this scenario for them, their effective interest rate, effective APR, 1.678. 1.678 is the effective APR that they're looking at. So what do you think is the solution for them? Do you think they're thinking long and hard about a 1.678 effective APR versus where they are today? I would suggest it makes sense to me to take a look at that. You may be different. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe you don't like having that. Maybe you don't want to have that loan paid off so much quicker. Maybe you don't want to have $1.1 million in that investment account. Again, it's not looking at a huge amount of return. It's not very hard to get a 5% return. We've got a lot of folks that come on Ron Siegel Radio, and we always are talking to them about what kind of returns can they get. 5% is not hard. Some of the insurance companies historically, now I can't guarantee going into the future. I don't know what the future is going to bring. But I can tell you that if you look back historically, there are several of the companies that will actually tell you that they've had an 8% return over the last 30 years. 30-year 8% return. So big difference right there in those returns and how much time you're looking at. Now, the minimum payment on the Home Select going forward would be $25.06. Now, that's a big number to think about, 25.6, because when we look at the current loan, they're paying like $3,600, and that's going to double. The current minimum is $3,692, and I would assume that'll probably double because the interest rate is going to be going up. So just throw that out there so that you're watching those. If you want to get a scenario of your own, all you need to do is give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. I've always talked about this, or for a long time we've talked about this. Strategy beats rate always. And I understand that the biggest issue that people are thinking about when they call and are shopping for a mortgage, because we've been trained, it's what's the interest rate? Well, the starting interest rate on the Home Select is 9%. And I'm going to tell you, try going to a grocery store, try going on vacation, try going to a nice restaurant, try going to get some clothes, anything you could think of. Tell them you've got a 9% loan or $1.1 million in the bank. What do you think they're going to ask for? Tell them you got a 3.25% loan or $1.1 million. They don't care about your interest rate. Nobody does. They care about where your financial situation is. That's why we've been running the Borrow Smart, Repay Smart conversations on a regular basis. Strategy beats rate always. We want you to have the right strategy for your family. A lot of people say, I'd never have an adjustable rate mortgage. Why? You afraid of saving money? Just throw that out there for you. And right now, even though there's good and bad on the adjustable rate mortgages, one of the bad things is right now you want a short-term adjustable. Why do you want a short-term? Because we're anticipating interest rates dropping. If you're thinking that interest rates were going to be going up, then the 7.1 makes sense. Now, what's the flip side of that? When you're trying to qualify for a loan, anything under that 7-year adjustable, they're going to take the starting rate and add 2% to it. So you may be looking at qualifying right now with a 9 or 10% interest rate. Throw that out there for you. And once again, I say, strategy beats rate always. Josh, we should save this one for a quiz. How long, on average, does it take to pay half of a 30-year mortgage? How long does it take to pay half of a 30-year mortgage? Well, I'm not going to tell you right now. I'll tell you when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, the sweet spot for buying luxury homes, what you need to know about debt settlement and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Hey there, friends. Wondering if now is the right time to buy a home? Or are you waiting for a bunch of foreclosures? The facts speak loud and clear. Defaults and foreclosures are down. Sure, we might be headed towards a recession. But did you know interest rates typically drop and real estate values often go up during a recession? So what are you waiting for? Higher prices or higher payments? Don't navigate these waters alone. Connect with RonSiegelRadio.com today. That's RonSiegelRadio.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Want to find out what your property is worth? rsrmoney.com, the sweet spot for buying luxury homes. If you've been looking for a home at the high end of your market, but haven't found the right one, you may have put your search on hold, but according to recent data, now may be the time to jump back in. Here's why. There are many more luxury homes to choose from. What's considered the top end of the market or a luxury home will always vary by location, but generally speaking, there are homes that are valued in the top 5% of any given market. According to a recent report from the Institute for Luxury Home Marketing, the selection of luxury homes is increasing. If you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of the socials, or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 video feed, you are seeing a graph compared to March 2023, 24.1%, compared to February of 2024, 5.8%. That's the change in single-family inventory year over year and month over month. As that graph shows, there are considerably more single-family luxury homes available now than there were a year ago. In fact, there are even more than there were just a month ago. This means you should have a wider variety of top-of-the-line homes to choose from, each with unique features and styles. Whether you are searching for the latest design elements like modern kitchens or chef-grade appliances, a breathtaking view, or integrated smart home technology, more luxury inventory means you should have an easier time finding one that matches your taste and lifestyle. Rising luxury home prices can help you build wealth. Another important factor to consider is that luxury home prices are on the rise. According to Housing Wire, luxury home prices have increased by 8.7% over the past year. That's why, quote, people with the means to buy high-end homes are jumping in now because they feel confident prices will continue to rise. They're ready to buy with more optimism and less apprehension, unquote. This means buying before prices climb higher and while more inventory is on the market may be your sweet spot. Because home prices are rising, owning a home could help you build more generational wealth over time. On the other hand, if you wait to buy, you might end up paying more for the same home later on as luxury prices continue to rise. Bottom line, with growing inventory and rising prices, you have a greater selection of luxury homes to choose from and an opportunity in front of you. Want to see the higher end homes that are available in your area? Give me a call at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. That is the real-time real estate segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. And if you have a luxury home to sell or any home to sell, don't forget any of the real estate professionals that work with Ron Siegel Radio. We have an inventory of slots where we show homes on TV. Now, why is that important? If you get your house featured, if you're selling a house and it is featured on TV, do you think you're going to have more or less people being exposed to your property? Next question. If you have more people exposed to your property, do you have a more or less opportunity of getting into a bidding war? Next question. If you're in a bidding war, are you getting more or less purchase price or sale price for your property? More or less money in your pocket? Well, of course, you want to have the most people seeing your property, the most people making offers on your property, and the more offers you get, the more net money is going to be put into your pocket. So the bottom line there is you make sure you want to have somebody that's getting your house put on TV if you're thinking about selling. I should get back to the question that I asked at the end of the last segment. How long do you think it takes to pay half of your 30-year mortgage, pay off half your 30-year mortgage? Would it surprise you to know it is not 15 years? You say, okay, Ron, you got a 30-year mortgage. I'm going to pay it off, half of it off in 15 years. No, because the way a mortgage is set up, you're paying the majority of the interest up front. So it takes about 22 to 25 years to pay off half. Now, 22 to 25 years to pay off half, and I just told you in the last segment, in that scenario or simulation I did with a $760,000 loan, I think it was, they're going to have that paid off in 6.5 years. Not half of it, all of it. That's the potential. That's why the Home Select is such a strong product. That's why we promote that product so frequently on Ron Siegel Radio. Your Credit Matters today brought to you by rsrdebtfree.com. rsrdebtfree.com. I hope I got that one right today. I do tend to use the old sponsorship. rsrdebtfree.com. What you need to know about debt settlement. That is our subject today. What you need to know about debt settlement. Debt settlement can be a lifeline for individuals struggling with overwhelming debt, offering the possibility of reducing their debt burden and achieving financial freedom. However, it's essential to understand the ins and outs of debt settlement to make informed decisions about whether it's the right option for you. We're going to give you a comprehensive discussion. We're going to cover everything consumers should know about debt settlement, including when it's a good idea, when it is not, how to initiate the process, and more. So let's get to the understanding of it. Debt settlement is a debt relief strategy in which a debtor negotiates with creditors or debt collectors to settle their debts for less than the full amount owed. Instead of repaying the entire debt, the debtor agrees to make a lump sum payment or a series of payments to satisfy the debt, typically at a reduced amount. When debt settlement is a good idea, debt settlement may be a viable option for individuals facing significant financial hardship and unable to repay their debts in full. Here are some situations in which debt settlement may be a good idea. Number one, overwhelming debt. If you have substantial unsecured debt, such as credit card debt or medical bills, that you're unable to repay through traditional means, debt settlement may offer a way to resolve your debts and avoid bankruptcy. Number two, financial hardship. If you experience a significant loss of income, medical emergency, or other financial hardship that has made it impossible to keep up with your debt payments, debt settlement can provide relief by reducing your overall debt burden. Number three, avoiding bankruptcy. For individuals who want to avoid filing for bankruptcy but are unable to repay their debts in full, debt settlement offers an alternative solution that may allow them to negotiate more favorable repayment terms with creditors. Let's take a look at when debt settlement is not a good idea. While debt settlement can offer relief for some consumers, it's not the right solution for everyone. Here are some situations in which debt settlement may not be a good idea. Number one, limited financial resources. Debt settlement requires a lump sum payment or series of payments to settle your debts, which may be challenging if you have limited financial resources or are unable to save money for settlements. Number two, negative impact on credit score. Debt settlement can have a negative impact on your credit score, as settled accounts may be reported as settled for less than the full amount on your credit report, which can lower your credit score and make it harder to qualify for credit in the future. Number three, potential tax consequences. Depending upon the amount of debt forgiven through settlement, you may be required to pay income tax on the forgiven amount, which can result in a significant tax liability. Initiating the debt settlement process, if you're considering debt settlement as an option, here are the steps to initiate the process. Number one, assess your financial situation. Start by assessing your financial situation, including your total debt load, monthly income and expenses. Determine how much you can realistically afford to offer as a settlement to your creditors. Step two, contact your creditors. Reach out to your creditors or debt collectors to inform them of your intention to settle your debts. Be prepared to negotiate with them to reach a mutually acceptable settlement amount. Number three, get everything in writing. Once you've established or reached a settlement agreement with your creditors, make sure to get all the terms of the agreement in writing, including the agreed upon settlement amount, payment schedule, and confirmation that the debt will be considered satisfied. Number four, make payments. Fulfill your end of the settlement agreement by making the agreed upon payments to your creditors. Be sure to follow the payment schedule outlined in the agreement to avoid any potential complications. Number five, monitor your credit. After completing the settlement process, monitor your credit to ensure that the settled accounts are accurately reported. If there are any discrepancies, dispute them with the credit bureaus to have them corrected. Cleanall3.com. Cleanall3.com is a great source to monitor your credit and to get a true FICO score. Seeking professional help navigating the debt settlement process can be complex, so it may be beneficial to seek professional assistance from reputable debt settlement companies or credit counseling agencies. These organizations can help you negotiate with creditors, develop a customized debt settlement plan, and provide guidance on managing your finances more effectively. Debt settlement can offer a lifeline for individuals drowning in overwhelming debt, providing a path to financial freedom and relief from creditor harassment. However, it's essential to carefully consider whether debt settlement is the right option for your financial situation and understand the potential risks and consequences involved. By following the steps we've discussed in this conversation and seeking professional guidance when needed, you can navigate the debt settlement process with confidence and can take control of your financial future. I am a big proponent. No, I don't work for them, but I am a big proponent of using a professional service. Why? Because they know what the debt settlement companies are looking for. They know what they're settling for at any given time. You probably don't. They're doing this all day, every day. So they know that maybe they can get 30 cents on the dollar. Maybe that company, they can only get 40 cents on the dollar. Maybe the next one, they can get 35. They know these different numbers because, again, they're dealing with them on a regular basis. They also know the times of the month. Each of these different companies are willing to negotiate more or less. They may need to fulfill certain goals within a month. They may have certain reserves that they've got to address at certain months. All of these things go into the process. You don't know them. The debt settlement companies do. I do know a real good debt settlement company, one that I highly recommend. If you want that information, give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, what to expect if you buy or sell a home this month. Credit monitoring apps boost your credit score. All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Confused about the home buying process? Or curious how much you really know about buying a home? Take the First Home IQ quiz to test your understanding of buying a home. Created by the nonprofit First Home IQ, this 5-minute quiz will give you a score, what you missed and why. Take the quiz in 5 minutes at rsrlinks.com/FHIQ and find out what you need to know about buying your first home. That's rsrlinks.com/FHIQ.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. What to expect? Where is my article? What to expect if you buy or sell a home this month. June is a busy month in the housing market because a lot of people buy and sell this time of year. So if you've got a move on your mind and you're looking to make it happen this month, here's a snapshot of what you need to know to make sure you're ready. I can't even speak this morning. If you're buying this June, a lot of home buyers with children like to move after one school year ends and before the next one begins. That's one reason why late spring into summer is a popular time for homes to change hands. And whether that's a motivator for you or not, it's important to realize more buyers are going to be looking right now. And that means you'll want to be ready for a bit more competition. But there is a silver lining to a move this time of year. This is also when more sellers will list. So you should find you have more options. As an article from Bankrate says, quote, late spring and early summer are the busiest and most competitive time of the year for real estate market. There's usually more inventory listed for sale than any other time of the year. This is a double-edged sword for a buyer, as you'll be met with more opportunities, but also much more competition, unquote. During this busy season, it's extra important to work with a trusted real estate agent. Your agent will help you stay on top of the latest listings, share expertise on how to make a stronger offer in a competitive market, and give you insight into things like what the home is actually worth so you can make an informed decision when you buy. As Forbes says, quote, approaching the market confidently, armed with good information and grounded expectations will take you far. Don't let the hustle of the market convince you to buy something that's not in your budget or not right for your lifestyle, unquote. If you're selling this month because there are more buyers this time of year, you're in a great spot as a seller. Many of those buyers are highly motivated to make their move happen before the next school year kicks off. So they'll likely put in strong offers to try to make that possible. That means if your house shows well and is listed at market value, you can see your house sell faster or for a higher price, according to the National Association of Realtors, NAR, quote. Warmer weather and the end of the school year encourage more people to buy and sell respectively. Buyers are looking to move and settle before the new school year begins, contributing to increased competition and consequently higher prices, unquote. Want to be sure you've got a great agent on your side to help you with the contingencies on those offers and any negotiations that take place so you can pick the best offer. Make sure you go over closing dates with your agent. Buyers trying to time their move with the school year may need to delay a bit or move faster. This can depend on the school calendar, where you live, as U.S. News Real Estate explains, quote, if your house goes under contract in early summer, the buyer may ask for a delay in closing or move in until the school year finishes or their current home is sold. Alternatively, a buyer later in summer may be looking to close quickly and move in under a month. Remain flexible to keep the deal running smoothly, and your buyer may be willing to throw in concessions, like covering some of your closing costs or overlooking the old roof, unquote. Again, you want the right strategy. Maybe you don't want them to cover the closing costs, but you want them to help buy down the mortgage rate. Again, strategy beats rate always. Bottom line, if you're looking to make a move this June, let's chat so you can know what to expect. We'll come up with a plan that factors in current market conditions, but still works properly for you. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment, brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. I think we got time. We're going to get a Your Credit Matters segment in, brought to you by rsrdebtfree.com, rsrdebtfree.com. Credit monitoring apps boost your credit score. Credit monitoring apps chosen are from reputable sites, or rankings from reputable sites is what we're talking about. Fortunately, numerous mobile apps are available today to help you stay on top of your credit, and we're going to talk about some of them. Credit.com, truly free credit monitoring app. Is anything truly free? To help consumers stay on top of their credit with Credit.com's free credit score, you can access the Experian Vantage score updated every 14 days. You can also receive your free credit report, which includes your payment history, credit utilization, credit age, mix of account mix, and inquiries. This app also tracks your progress and provides customized money savings tips to help you reach your goals. MyFICO. The MyFICO app is another tool offering credit monitoring solutions. A free membership option is available that includes access to Equifax FICO 8 credit scores and reports. To receive information from all three credit bureaus, you'll need to pay a minimum of $29.95 per month. The advanced and premier plans include your credit scores for mortgages, auto loans, and employment. FICO 8 is not for mortgages. They also provide a FICO score simulator showing how specific actions may impact your score. $29.95 a month. Number 3, Experian. The Experian mobile credit monitoring app lets you track your Experian credit report and FICO score 8. Again, that's not the mortgage one, which is automatically updated every 30 days. The app also sends alerts whenever there are changes to your credit report, which is a hard inquiry, changes to your personal information or new accounts. You can also use the Experian app to freeze and unfreeze your credit account if necessary. The Experian Boost feature can help you improve your credit score. Number 4, TransUnion. While downloading the app is free, got to pay that $30, $29.95 per month for credit monitoring subscription. The membership gives you 24/7 access to your TransUnion Vantage score. That's not a FICO score. You can also receive instant alerts and any changes that are made to your credit report, such as hard inquiries or new accounts. This app allows you to lock your credit report with TransUnion and Equifax. Additional features include a score simulator, credit tips, and $1 million in identity theft insurance. Again, $29.95. Lock and Alert from Equifax gives you more control over who has access to your credit report and when. This free service lets you lock and unlock your Equifax credit report at will. While this feature isn't as secure as credit freeze, it can still protect you against identity theft. It also offers easy access. All you need to do is go into your app and turn the credit lock on or off. Keep in mind that this app only works for Equifax. You'll need to work with TransUnion and Experian separately for full protection. It's free. LifeLock by Norton provides identity theft protection, offers credit monitoring solutions. Its tiered membership plans offered varying levels of security and services. Its standard membership includes credit monitoring for Equifax Vantage score. That's not FICO. That one starts at $7.50 a month. Self's credit monitoring app is ideal for those working to build or rebuild their credit. You must first open a credit building loan to utilize its credit monitoring services. There are no hard inquiry requirements to open this account. Each month, you pay money towards your loan. This money is not only deposited into a CD, which can cash in later, but Self also reports your monthly payments to all 3 credit bureaus. A lot of good information right there. I'm still a big fan of cleanall3.com, cleanall3.com. They give you the real FICO score. They're giving you the access to the mortgage version, so you know exactly what's available to you. That's Your Credit Matters, brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. I'm sorry, not Credit Sanitizer. rsrdebtfree.com, rsrdebtfree.com. And as always, we ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Big thanks to Josh and Sean for engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.